Hello and welcome to this episode of Cosmic Crow Tarot, where today we're going to be talking about the 5, 6, and 7 of Pentacles, the Minor Arcana cards astrologically connected to the first, second, and third decans of Taurus. Now, the 5 of Pentacles, and for, of all the 5s and everything, the 5s of the tarot are not really positive at all. But that 5 at the top, that represents change and transformation. So even though when the 5s begin, and when you get to this first decan of Taurus and the energy of this card might seem negative and everything, it might be the mindset. It might be that fear that is making you think that you're going to be in this situation. Maybe you are in that situation. Maybe you're down on your luck and you don't know where to turn or anything like that. But more often than not, this 5 represents that fear that you're going to be there, because with everything today, everything being so freaking expensive, a lot of us probably feel this way. Now, this is the first decan, like I said, about April 21st to about April 30th. Now, the energy of this card, like I said, is the halfway point of the suit of earthly pleasures and financial success. So it's that halfway point, that change that we can have in our lives when we know we aren't alone. The positive side, the silver lining of the 5 of Pentacles, is always about finding our soul families, finding the people that know what we've been through, have been there themselves, and they can help us change that situation. So while the beginning of Taurus season seems kind of like negative and winter's still kind of pulling us under and things like that, that change of mindset might be able to help us change that worry, change that fear into something else. The second decan, that begins with May 1st through May 10th, is the 6 of Pentacles, the card I call the Sharing is Caring card. Now, the Sharing is Caring card, you can tell from this illustration, you got the scale and everything there, very balanced. And the more others share with us, the more we can share with them. So if we're feeling down on our luck, the next step in that sequence would be the other people helping us get out of that. There's that fear in everything we're holding on to, that worry that we're going to have it, then, we share those feelings, we share those thoughts with others, and they might be able to help us get out of that situation. The 6 that follows the 5, that is the Lovers of the Major Arcana and self-reflection. So by reflecting on that past, reflecting on those feelings of being down on our luck financially and things like that, can help us share our stories and help others move forward as well. Just because this is the suit of financial pleasures and stuff, it's still the suit of earth, grounding and energy like that. So even though, it might represent money, it doesn't have to. Sharing our stories, sharing our light with other people can help us get in and out of those negative situations and help others too. Sharing is caring. Yeah, sharing money is a way of caring, but so is so much else in life. So moving forward, things get more positive as we reflect and learn from those experiences of our past. And that leads us to the 7 of Pentacles, the card of patience. Now, patience is not something that I possess. Many fire signs do not possess patience, but that patience is what can pay off. Other people sharing with us, letting that negative mindset fall away, and having patience with ourselves and the process as we work to find the success for ourselves. It's going to pay off if we don't give up. 7 is the number of the Chariot, the Major Arcana. It's overcoming obstacles that stand in our way of success. So this third decan of Taurus season, May 11th through May 20th, this is the energy that will get us out of this situation. That patience, the patience will pay off, so as long as we don't give up. So while this isn't exactly a fun sequence with the first, second, and third decan of Taurus, it shows the potential and it shows the power that we possess when we have the patience for ourselves to get out of those mindsets, to share our lights and let other people share their stories and inspiration with us, so that we can focus on where we want to go and what we want to do next, so we can feel comfortable and grounded and content in these lives, just like the energy of Taurus represents. Material happiness, fixed earth. You can get stubborn and negative in those mindsets and stuff, and that worry about finances. But look around, appreciate the possessions, appreciate nature around us, and have patience that things will get better. This is the Weiser Tarot, the Rider-Waite-Smith base, and what I really, really love about these illustrations and stuff, the watercolor for starters, that watercolor illustration and everything is just so beautiful. And I love how this is the suit of earth and you have all that green energy. And green, yeah, that's the color of money a lot of times, but also it's the color of nature. And it doesn't cost anything at all to just spend time outside breathing in the fresh air and everything. So perhaps that can help us get out of that negative mindset. Sharing our time in nature and everything like that can help, get that positive love for ourselves that we deserve, and maybe even help us find the patience we need to find the success that we deserve. Now, I have a couple more illustrations to show you of these 5, 6, and 7s of Pentacles, to give you another more idea of, what they represent. And all these cards, like the negative energy of the 5s that I feel like, again, halfway point, change and transformation. We might be in a negative situation right now, but with patience, we can and will get out of it. Next up for our 5, 6, and 7 consideration is the 5, 6, and 7 from the Light Seers Tarot by Chris Ann. Now, these illustrations, I love her work. It's so beautiful, just the work and effort that she puts in. It's like nothing else. Now, I've heard that the cards, don't hold up that well, but, don't shuffle them like warping, like bridge them and stuff like that, and they'll be fine. They are cardboard. They're cards. What do you expect? But the 5 of Pentacles here, I really, really like this illustration because like the one that we met here, she doesn't know where to turn. She feels down on her luck. She feels alone. The difference between this card and this card, though, is the fact that she is alone. These have 2 characters. This one only has 1. But there's something in this illustration that we don't have in this one, and that's that key right there. She might be feeling down on herself, feeling all worried and everything, have that negative mindset going on. But that experience of the past, the things that she's learned, they can help her change her situation for the better. This illustration shows and tells us that we have the keys, always have the keys to changing our lives for the better. Now, the 6 of Pentacles in this illustration is, again, that sharing is caring energy. We don't have that balance scale thing right there, but life isn't fair and balanced when it comes to sharing now, is it? No, more often than not, it's very much unfair, but we will talk more about that in a minute. Now, the 6 of Pentacles right here, like showing that 1 coin and it's sharing 2, it's not like this illustration here doesn't show like being shared back in return. Whereas this one does. That hand is being held out. It's almost as if that character, that hand, is sharing that coin with that hand. And that's what truly shows balance. That's what truly shows sharing is caring. Not only do people share with us, but when we share with them, life can be so much more beautiful, so much brighter, and so much more loving and compassionate as well. Now, the last and final one of the Light Seers Tarot I will share with you is the 7 right here, and you can tell from this illustration, again, patience is paying off. Now, it'd be really, really cool if he like magic powers or something, and he could just like take his hand and just grow that stuff so much more quickly. But that's not how life works. No, that patience that he has after sharing his light and other people sharing with him, after changing that mindset, that's going to help him overcome those obstacles. That's going to help him find the success that he deserves because he's patient and waiting for it. So that mindset, when we change it, when we believe in ourselves, when we stop letting that worry and negativity make us feel like we're all alone and we have no place to turn, when we start sharing with other people, sharing our fears, sharing our worries, and having them share their own stories with us, we can start focusing on where we want to go next and have that patience to grow our lives into what we want them to be. Now, last but not least, and these videos, I can't not share my favorite deck of all time. Definitely the illustrations in the Deviant Moon Tarot are like no others. I'm obsessed with Patrick Valencia's work. We already knew this, and here is the 5, 6, and 7 of Pentacles of the Deviant Moon Tarot. Let's talk first about this 5 right here. Now, the illustration, like the one in the Light Seers, definitely shows the character feeling like they're all alone. Even in the illustration, they kind of are, but they're not. It's almost as if this illustration combines the 2 illustrations that we met prior to this one. Because in this one, there's no church window or anything, but here we have one. And in this window, there is the church, which is right there. And looking out from that church is a single eye. Now, those are the people that know how we feel, the people that have been down on their luck as well. And those people can help us get out of that situation. But first, we have to clear our own minds, let go of those worries and those fears, change that mindset, and believe that things can get better. The 6 of Pentacles in the Deviant Moon Tarot, hands down my favorite illustration of the 6 of Pentacles. because this is it. This is the honest truth. This is how society works. Yes, in the other illustrations, you know, there's the scale, there's the fair and balanced. Life is fair and balanced. Even in the Light Seers Tarot, it's fair, it's balanced. What's being shared is being shared equally. Not in the Deviant Moon Tarot, no. This illustration shows, you know, just sharing a little bit. And when it comes to like sharing our stories and everything, we might not want to share every piece of ourselves and our souls with the other person. But this illustration speaks so much more to me of, you know, society not being fair to us, the wealthy not being as fair to us like it is in this illustration. That's why it's my favorite, because it just kind of shows that truth. We don't know where to turn because we can't trust everybody to share equally in these lives. But, you know, if we share equally with ourselves and we trust ourselves, when we love ourselves, that's 6, relating to the lovers of the Major Arcana, we reflect on where we've been and love ourselves despite it, then we can start sharing that light with other people and be the change we want to be. Last but certainly not least, in these little sequences, is the 7 of Pentacles. And like the 6 of Pentacles from the Deviant Moon Tarot, the 7 of Pentacles is my all-time favorite illustration of this card too. Because this one screams, like, you know, we had the Patience card. Let me find those cards again. There is the 7 of Pentacles of the Light Seers and the 7 of Pentacles of the Rider-Waite-Smith Weiser Tarot, which both show patiently waiting. This illustration, however, no, there's no patience here. This character, this little witch with an octopus tail or whatever, like the little serpent tail, she is like me. She has no patience whatsoever. And this illustration shows stabbing the tree is not going to make those pentacles come down any faster. Just like not having patience and being impatient, waiting for our lives to change for the better, waiting for others to share more with us, you know? Worrying about it, letting that impatience win, that's not going to make things come more quickly. We have to have that patience. Taurus reminds us of that patience, that appreciation for where we are, and being a little bit stubborn about what we want, you know? The 5, change that mindset. The 6, reflect on where we've been so that we can love who we are and trust ourselves and have the patience we need to get to where we want to be. Stabbing the tree isn't going to make things happen any faster. Having patience with it and appreciating every step along the way and appreciating ourselves and having that patience, that's what's going to find that success. That's what's going to make this tree bloom and bring those coins, those pentacles, to the character below. Now, this particular illustration, I actually have the prototype, I think, the little oracle card that Deviant Moon Patrick Valencia is going to make into his Deviant Moon oracle, where this little character, it becomes the actual witch. The patience that she didn't have then is going to pay off in that deck, and the patience that we have as we wait for that deck to be created and shared with us definitely is going to pay off. I just know it. But, you know, this is the 5, 6, and 7 of Pentacles. The cards astrologically connected to the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd deacons of Taurus. I have cards everywhere at this point, and I'm kind of like mixing them together here. But let's move these out of the way and put those back up. Yeah, there we go. And like I said, this these illustrations and everything, they're different, but they all share a very similar message. You know, that patience. We have the time to wait and we don't rush it. When we know that we aren't alone in our feelings, and we know not everybody is going to share their truths and everything with us, and we share ourselves and our own lights, we are going to be able to change and transform our lives for the better. Now, if you want a reading with any of the illustrations or any of the decks that I've shared in this video, then please feel free to comment on this video, message me on the socials, or book one directly on my website. All of that will be in the link below, as well as the names of each of these decks, so you can purchase them for your own collection if you are interested in doing so. Again, do not let that fear hold you back. Do not let that worry that other people aren't going to share with us hold you back. Keep sharing your own light, and other people are going to share that light too. And above all, have patience. Patience is progress, my friends, and that patience that you have now will truly pay off if you don't give up. So as I want to thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again in the next one.